Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. I am Debbie Septia Rizky from Universitas Bengkulu. On this opportunity, I would like to present the result of my study titled The Potential of Landscape Element at Tourism Parking Area to Mitigate Urban Heat Island in Bengkulu City. Actually, this study is about outdoor thermal comfort, and I took parking area as the study object. Why I think this study need to be conducted is because there is a temperature rise in city, including Bengkulu City. Next reason is when I read several papers, I found that green coverage areas such as trees with high leaf area density are potential to decrease temperature. And another paper that I read, they say that parking spaces have the opportunity to provide more green open space through landscape design elements. I have been conducted the initial study where I try to identify landscape elements in two object studies, the parking area in two of tourism destination in Bengkulu City. The first one is parking area in Rumah Pengasingan Soekarno, and the second object is the parking area in Pantai Panjang Bengkulu Indah Mall or BIM. So this study is to find out the correlation of existing landscape vegetation with the air temperature created in both object studies, and also enrich the result from previous study by comparing the finding. So what I did is take a field measurement of air temperature, and then I will try to find the relation of air temperature with the tree shading and cloud cover percentage. And I also will find the difference between macro level temperature or urban air temperature that I got from internet, and also the micro level temperature that I got from the existing air temperature recorded. Another analysis that I conducted is doing NVMAT simulation to compare the air temperature differences between two objects locations. So this is what I did. I measured the existing air temperature in 5 positions of the site. I also created NVMAT modeling to conduct the simulation based on the landscape element identification that I have been done on previous study. I also did the same with the second object, which is Pantai Panjang BIM parking area. The first result of my study on Rumah Pengasingan Soekarno parking area is the trend between microscale temperature, which is the air temperature I got from direct measurement, and the macro scale temperature shows relatively similar trend. In average, micro scale air temperature, which is recorded from the direct measurement, is 6 degrees Celsius higher than the macro scale air temperature, which is recorded from the internet. However, there are a gap with different value, as you can see on this graph, between the air temperature from direct measurement and the air temperature from the internet. If we see on the second picture, the shadow coverage area of Rumah Pengasingan Soekarno parking area is only 20%. It means that this Rumah Pengasingan Soekarno parking area is inadequate to shade the parking area from sunny daytime. Thus, the air temperature recorded are relatively high. This can be happen because most of the trees on Rumah Pengasingan Soekarno parking area are located in the south side of the site. This result is in accordance with the results from previous study where the presence of existing vegetation still doesn't meet urban heat island mitigation requirements. This is the simulation result from NVMAT software for Rumah Pengasingan Soekarno parking area. The higher air temperature is mostly found on the south and west side, even though there are already palm trees and glodocan trees are already exist in this area. However, this vegetation doesn't help much in lowering air temperature. In conclusion, existing landscape condition in Rumah Pengasingan Soekarno parking area doesn't effective in lowering air temperature. If we want to increase the potential of this site to mitigate urban heat island, some changes in landscape design is required. For the second object studies on Pantai Panjang Bengkulu Indah Mall, micro-scale temperature and macro-scale temperature shows different trend. In average, air temperature on micro scale, which was recorded from the direct measurement, is 4 degrees Celsius higher than the micro scale air temperature, which was recorded from the internet. However, if we look at the strange trend from the macro scale air temperature from internet, we need further evaluation. Next, on the second picture, we can see that there are variation of tree canopy shadow percentage from around 40% into 90%. When the shadow coverage percentage goes higher, the air temperature getting lower. It means that tree vegetation on existing site is giving contribution to lowering microscale air temperature. This result is in accordance with the results from previous study where the presence of existing vegetation are met several urban heat island mitigation requirements, especially in providing large trees on the east and west side of the parking area. Next, the result of ENVIMAT simulation showed that the variation of air temperature created is smaller if we compare to the result from previous object. This can be happened because the numerous amount of tree vegetation that already exists in this parking area. On the northeast side, tree vegetation are smaller and less dense than the tree vegetation on the southwest side of the site, but we cannot see in this picture. This condition makes morning time become warmer and afternoon time getting cooler due to the large amount of high leaf area density vegetation on the southwest side. The large amount of trees on the southwest side gives big amount of shade on parking area and become more effective in reducing afternoon air temperature. However, tree canopy addition in the middle of the site is needed due to the high temperature that consistent show in every time measurement, which is marked by a dark red color. So we need to provide enough shade all day long. So the conclusion of this study, based on the air temperature data recorded through direct measurement and air temperature recorded from the internet, direct measurement temperature is relatively higher than air temperature recorded on the internet, which means that microscale temperature for both observed parking area in Bengkulu City is higher than the macro scale temperature. It also means that the landscape condition and characteristic from both observed parking area doesn't effective enough in reducing air temperature. However, beam parking area have a bigger chance to play a role as an urban heat island mitigation agent in Bengkulu City by the better arrangement of its landscape elements. So the suggestion that I can give for further study is propose a new and better design for these both object studies. Then also need to be tested on simulation as the evaluation process of urban heat island mitigation. Another thing that needs to be done is collecting more data by conducting direct measurement from another place in Bengkulu City to find the effectiveness of this parking area in reducing urban air temperature. That's all about my presentation. I realized that there are still some lacks of my study, and I will be very happy to hearing the advice and suggestion from everyone on this forum. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.